In the 2020 NFL Draft, 5 quarterbacks were selected in the first 2 rounds. Jalen Hurts has now made 2 Super Bowls and is the only quarterback from the 2020 NFL Draft to say that. It's time we start questioning whether or not if he's the best quarterback in this draft. But to find the answer, we must take a look back. First overall was Joe Burrow, the most decorated college quarterback in this draft. National championship, had a Heisman, he did everything. In his rookie season, after a corrupted torn ACL, he's had to come back from a lot of adversity already in this point of his career. He's the 2-time comeback player of the year, and there's a reason for it. He's got grit. Had a career year this year, and we all remember the Super Bowl run. He made his first Super Bowl and brought his team there the first time since 1988. He is the second quarterback ever to beat Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs and led his team to one of the better championship runs we've seen. But he doesn't have a ring. So the question is, will Joe Burrow be able to get back to that level again? This season, he had the best year of his career. They didn't even make the playoffs. But whether or not Joe Burrow is a better quarterback than Jalen Hurts, that's a different question. This pick gets an A, and for this one, Joe Burrow's a better quarterback. Tua Tagovailoa at number 5 is probably the most unique and wild card of these 5 quarterbacks. He's a super talented, highly decorated college quarterback as well. Played at Alabama, and coincidentally enough, replaced Jalen Hurts at halftime in the national championship and went on to win. This is a guy who's a proven winner, proven athlete. But the one thing that's wrong and what makes him the most unique is his problems staying non-concussed. It's getting to the point where it's not just keeping him away from the field, it's starting to become a risk for his life. The injuries this man is taking, the hits to the head, literally look like he is seizing on the field. His safety should be the number 1 priority for him, not the Dolphins. But if they are, he's a guy that when he's around, they're going to make the playoffs. He's proven to do so in his career, although he wasn't necessarily ready enough yet. I think this guy can take them to another playoff return. Super Bowl, that's a different question. Now for this one, I'm going to have to say Jalen Hurts is the better quarterback. And at pick number 6, Justin Herbert. This is a guy who didn't have as proven as a college career as the rest of them. No natties, no Heismans, hell, barely even some bowl games. But what the kid did have was a lot of talent. Justin Herbert was a 6'4" quarterback, great arm, and known for explosive down the field plays. And that is exactly what he brought to the league. He's a proven winner when it comes to the regular season. But in the playoffs, his 0-2 record proves otherwise. Justin Herbert really hasn't had the team around him yet, and what he's been able to do with the limited options he's had to throw to has been pretty impressive. This year, he led the league in touchdowns to INT ratio, and that's something to say. But as far as Justin Herbert versus Jalen Hurts, I'm going to actually have to say Hurts is better. Now, you can say regular season, maybe Herbert's better, but in the playoffs, I see a guy who rises to the occasion and gets his team to 2 Super Bowls, and Herbert who completely tanks out and throws 3 interceptions. Outside of the circumstances, though, Herbert's a dog. Deserved the pick. And the last quarterback to be taken ahead of Jalen Hurts, Jordan Love. Now, this is a guy who's got paid a bag. Highest paid quarterback in the NFL. Biggest contract extension. And when proven to be on the field, he's a winner. 2 playoff visits and even a playoff upset versus the Cowboys on the road. Jordan Love, the first few seasons of his career, had to sit. We all remember Aaron Rodgers won the league MVP. So the young gun had to sit on the bench and wait. And once he got his turn, he proved that he was a solid quarterback. The Packers are obviously wanting to build around him, and he's the franchise guy. I think he might be the 3rd best. I think the conversation comes down to him and Herbert for that 3rd spot out of all these quarterbacks, but he's definitely better than Tua. And with more playoff wins than Herbert, I think you got to go with Jordan Love. But in terms of better than Jalen Hurts, I'm taking Hurts. So to look back on it, the only competitive quarterback in this draft it's got to be Joe Burrow. And with Joe Burrow having maybe more independent success, I could see why you take him over. But as far as Jalen Hurts contributing to 2 Super Bowl runs, it's hard to say who's better. Would you rather build your team around Joe Burrow? For sure. But Jalen Hurts is a proven winner. And honestly, I can't say no to winning. So for this one, I'm going to have to say that Jalen Hurts is the best quarterback in this class. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, peace.